My 28F cousin, 22F, just told me she saw my fiancé kiss my twin sister. I, 28F, really need some advice. For some backstory, I am engaged to my longtime partner, 30M, and am in the process of planning our wedding. My fiancé and I are at our family's lake house for a week-long family reunion. I've been super excited for this trip to have a much-needed break from work and wedding planning, and also to have a chance to see all of my aunts, uncles, cousins, etc. This morning, my cousin, 22F, pulled me aside and told me something completely unexpected. She said she went upstairs to grab some clothes, and as she was walking down the hall she saw my twin sister and fiancé talking quietly in one of the bedrooms. Then she said she saw them share a quick kiss. I am in shock. My twin sister and I have always been so close. My first thought was that there's no way this happened. I have never seen or noticed any tension between my fiancé and sister, and they also have limited opportunity to be around one another. We live about an hour from one another and are busy with work. I cannot imagine that either of them would do this. I'm also wondering what to believe of what my cousin told me. I have no reason not to trust her, but I just want to believe that she saw something wrong. IDK. A kiss is hard to mistake. So I am currently resting up, as I have period cramps and don't feel well. I asked my cousin to keep this to herself, at least I can figure out what I want to do. We're all staying here together for the week, until Sunday. If I confront them now, I know this would cause a huge scene. However, I don't know if I can wait until we get back home knowing I'm just festering inside with this knowledge. So I'm here turning to Reddit. I don't know if I need advice, I'm looking for support, a rant, etc. I suppose any advice or comments are appreciated. Edit. We are fraternal twins. No chance we could be mistaken for one another. Update to those of you who were requesting an update, here goes. After going back and forth on whether I should try to snoop through my fiancé's sister's phones or just sitting everyone and asking, I decided I would go through with the latter. My cousin actually came back later to my room to check on me and we had a brief conversation. She let me know she supported whatever my decision was and she would be there to back me up if I needed that. While sweet, it kind of squashed any thought that my cousin could be manipulating the truth. And honestly, after that conversation with her I couldn't keep holding this in. I got the four of us together and laid it all out there. I told them that my cousin came across them talking in the upstairs bedroom and witnessed them kissed. Whoever told me to tell them what I knew and then zip my lips, thank you. I didn't even have to ask any questions, but I could see the guilt flood over my sister. It seemed like my fiancé was trying to find a way to backtrack, but then my sister started profusely apologizing and crying. While she's crying, my fiancé tells me it was a mistake and only one kiss. This is where I said I wanted them to show me their phones, and if it was only one kiss I shouldn't find anything. My fiancé hesitated again, but I told him we would be done if he didn't let me see it. From what I could find, my sister started flirting with my fiancé, starting off with compliments. I don't know if she was just stroking his ego, but their texts very much so were flirty in nature. Up to this point, I am pissed but unsure what this means for our relationship. Until I get to one of their last messages that was sent this morning from my fiancé saying, I know I should regret that, but I don't. I told him to pack up his shit and we would talk about this at home. I told my sister I was disgusted and she should leave me the fuck alone. So I haven't technically called anything off, but I'm going to take the next couple of days to really sit with things. I can't imagine being able to go back to him after all of this. I feel sick. I don't want to be anywhere near my sister, but I would rather be here to have space for my fiancé. I think right now I haven't truly processed what this means as I am seeing red. As mad as I am with my fiancé, I feel so betrayed by my sister that has quite literally been with me through all of my ups and downs. Bring your cousin, sister and fiancé all into a room and say that your cousin saw them kissing, and is this true? Someone is lying, and seeing all of their reactions at once should tell you who. After reading the update, here are my thoughts. Both your fiancé and sister have broken your trust, both by cheating on you and being the homewrecker, respectively. They both ruined your life, and you should cut ties with both of them completely. With your fiancé, call off the wedding, tell him to pack his shit for good, throw the ring in the trash, the whole 9 yards. I'm sorry this happened to you. You got betrayed by two people you thought you could consider family. I hope you have more external networks of support in your life. Don't confront, just talk. Ask your fiancé today. Otherwise you're just going to stew about it. If it causes a big scene, let it. Better to talk it through early and get the truth before it builds up into an even bigger deal in your mind. Me personally, I'm bringing this up while all parties are at the same location. Not necessarily literally together in the moment. But if it brings drama, so be it, not your fault. I'd want it sorted. You better tell him to kick rocks. There's no coming back from this. Especially because you shared a womb with who he kissed. It's not like it's some total stranger. and my sister would be done. Update me. Hi twin here. If this info were given to me, I'd immediately ask my sister what happened. I can't imagine not doing that. What are you afraid of? Finding out it happened? I'd be all over this, and my cousin would be next to me when I did, so I could find out who, if anyone, was lying. This is your fiancé and your twin. They are fine, and meanwhile, you are all torn up. I, 18M, wanted to get a small tattoo of my past cat, but my girlfriend, 18F, crashed out. I haven't had any tattoos and know that I'll probably regret it, but I wanted to get a small mint leaf tattoo, because my cat's name was Mint. Told my girlfriend that I wanted to get a tattoo, and she started telling me that I'll look gay. It's weird that I want to get a dead cat as a tattoo, and said that, if your dog dies will you get another stupid tattoo? I said that, after all it's not going to be on a giant part of my body. My cat means a lot to me, and I want the tattoo. Still without context, a small leaf won't make me regret too much. She then said that, you're being childish. What man would get that tattoo? Just gives me a literal ick. I bet when I die you wouldn't get a tattoo of me. She ended the call, and after a good 5 minutes of non-stop calling her, I stopped calling her. I really don't see a problem and why she overreacted. I know that it's maybe not even an argument, but after 11 millions of being together happily and something this small making her lose it, gives me a weird feeling. So she's rude, childish, homophobic and controlling. What's not to love? For sure, you won't get a tattoo of her when she dies, because you should break up with her several decades before that event, right now. Get the mint, you will forever thank your cat for helping you avoid a bad partner. It's a bit of a cliche to complain about guys being closed off emotionally, but you loving and missing your cat is a giant green flag. Jealous and controlling partners are an unfortunate fact of life many of us encounter, but they can be shown the door. Loving and meaningful relationships, and remembering them when they pass, is incredibly important, I believe. Controlling significant others come and go. Tattoos are forever. Get the mint, and I'm sorry about your cat. Mint is an adorable name. Honestly, most girls would see it as cute, a green flag if you had a tattoo of your cat. Your girlfriend does not sound very nice. And it's none of her business how you decorate your own body anyway. Get the tattoo. Get a huge mint leaf on your back if you want. It's your body, and you get to decide. Also, I have no idea how gay comes into this, but she's weird. Tattoos aren't gay, mint leaves aren't gay, and tattoos of mint leaves aren't gay. She's also homophobic, too? You can do better. How can I, 32M, convince my fiancé, 29F, a house is more important than an expensive wedding? My fiancé and I have been together now for 7 years and engaged for half a year. We have recently started looking at wedding plans, and boy was I shocked at the sticker price. Initially we had budgeted about 20K, which seems to be quite on the cheap end. I don't know what has happened to her, but ever since she's been looking into the venues and offerings, she has grown more and more lavish, and we are now looking at a wedding of about 120K. Both families are not in a position to help significantly, so I expect us to foot about 100K total, which is almost everything we have saved up. We had originally thought to spend the 140K we have saved up on a down payment for a home. We live in a HCOL area where homes are at least 600K for a family-sized townhome of 3 bedrooms, so 140K gives us just enough for a 20% down payment and some extra padding for furniture and stuff. It took the both of us nearly 10 years to save up enough for this. We currently rent a cheap 1-bedroom apartment together, which is getting small for our needs. I've been trying to tell her we can't use up our entire life savings for this, but she seems to want her special day, and that's that. I've raised things like future kids, quality of life, better stability. Nope, nothing to any of that. She seems fixated only on her special day, and that is it. Anything after that she says we can handle with due time. Is there anything I can do to stop this madness of us spending our entire 10 years savings on one day? Too long did not read. Fiancé is still okay with a huge wedding, meaning our entire work saving up for a house is gone. I would put my foot down and say I do not agree to spend our entire savings on a wedding. It is such a waste of money for one day, not even a full day. If she is set on a big wedding, then she will need to figure out a way to pay for it, because you are only chucking in $20,000. If you haven't done premarital counseling, I would strongly suggest it. This difference in financial goals is a huge red flag, and it won't be the only one you will have to contend with. Your marriage is already starting on the wrong foot. I don't say this lightly, but I would at minimum tell her that you are postponing the wedding because she isn't being a partner right now. I'm not saying to stamp your foot down and have it solely your way, but you two probably shouldn't be getting married like this. This doesn't sound like a partnership, and you two need to work this out or take it as a sign to not get married. Her day versus your future together. Interesting that you say her special day, not both of yours. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you need to run. You get an opinion in the wedding too. You don't have to ask her what she wants to spend. Ask her what she wants to cut. If initial budget is $20,000, tell her you are only okay with increasing budget to $40,000 if parents covering $20,000, not $120,000. Both of you have saved and she doesn't get the right to just spend it all when a house is a better investment. You don't want her to regret this. My family is cash gift culture, so I received $22,000 and spent $23,000 on wedding in 2009. You can ask for cash registry towards honeymoon. Heck, do you get a honeymoon if $120,000 is for a wedding? You stop the madness by telling her that the wedding is off until you two can get on the same page. $20K is more than reasonable for a budget-friendly wedding. $120K is cray-cray, especially when you are saving for a house. Tell her to quit looking at Pinterest, Instagram, and Reddit. A wedding is for both of you, not just the bride. A house is for both of you as well. It sounds like some serious discussions and compromising needs to occur. Mike, 28F, boyfriend, 27M, pukes every morning due to work-related stress. Any advice? Mike, 28F, boyfriend, 27M, works for a well-known company. It pays very well and has a ton of great benefits including a company car, dividends, which translates into an extra $10K in his 401K every few months, plus 401 matching, etc. The problem is he is significant other stressed over his job. He doesn't want to talk about it, doesn't want to see a therapist to try and manage his stress, and he is pretty much a recluse as soon as he gets home. As soon as he wakes up every morning, I can hear him retching in the bathroom because he is stressed. What can I do to help? What advice can I pass on? He needs to go see a doctor, hun. Not to scare you, but when I was 16 I started throwing up every morning. Doctors thought it was stress, ulcers, and all kinds of stomach-related stuff. It turned out, I had a brain tumor. Throwing up every day isn't normal. A professional can help him get to the root of his problems and help him with whatever is causing it. Encourage him to see someone for his overall well-being. He needs to see a professional. Throwing up that frequently is bad for his health, can cause problems with your teeth, esophagus, etc. You can't help him if he refuses to help himself. He's gonna damage his body from that much puking. A new job. All the money and benefits in the world aren't worth that. He should see a doctor. Not that stress doesn't cause throwing up, but not every morning. I had a sort of short stint in a career that is well known to be considered one of the most stressful jobs someone can have, and I have never heard about someone throwing up every morning from the stress. Teeth grinding? Yes. Heart problems? Yep. Suicide? Yes. Massive amounts of coke through the heavy use of cigarettes and alcohol? Check. Vomiting every morning? No. I have seen someone vomit once after a particularly stressful situation. He ran out the room and straight to the restroom. But every day? Man, I am sure it's possible, but I get that shit checked out. Because I knew a whole lot of super stressed out fucks. Those poor fuckers, man.